Alright, Teamfight Tactics 15.4 patch notes, no nonsense patch rundown. We'll be done with this video in 5 minutes. Yeah, dude. Unlikely. Okay, 15.4 is huge. Yeah, dude. So let's break the core goals. Yo. All right, roles. All right, so let's see if they're gonna fix the game. It seems like they've attempted to fix the game. Have they actually fixed the game? Stay tuned. All right, I feel like it's already been 5 minutes and we haven't even started. All right, roles. We're doing away with the assassin tag and reworking the fighter champion role by removing the omnivamp fighters got in favor. Anyways, they're changing the roles. Yeah, so no more omnivamps. So now you're gonna have to build a BT. TLDR. Artifacts, absolutely broken. They're gonna fix that up. Combat pacing, still too high. They're gonna nerf everything. They changed some items around. Prismatic orbs. This is also, so the biggest problem in the game right now. First sentence, he stopped reading out loud, bro. It was a long sentence and my breath, I can't hold my breath for that long. All right, so I'll tell you what was broken so far in the game, in my humble opinion, based on my insane ranking, yo, dude. All right, hey, how do I make this full screen again? F11. Whoa, look at that. All right. So you guys, today we're talking buffs on buffs on buffs. All right, so I'll tell you what was broken, okay? Artifacts were broken. Golden Edge is broken. It doesn't look like they fixed Golden Edge. So Prismatic Orbs are broken. Power-ups are broken. Yumi's broken. The whole game is just broken, bro, yeah? There's just a massive skew between first and last, yeah? Get a good spot in 2-1, you guarantee top 2. $3 guarantee AVP 0.01. You don't get Econ at the start, you get some dog shit augment, you're last. Bad luck, buddy. You're stuck on 0 LP. I'm heartbroken. All right, so without further ado, we shall start the patch rundown. Isn't that just, let's talk about this for a while. Without further ado, how about you don't say this and there's no further ado and there's no ado and you just get to the bloody point. All right, it's already been 5 minutes and we haven't even started the bloody patch rundown. Here we go. Here's the picture that everyone loves to see. Okay, heavyweight buff. Mighty mega buff. So the main takeaways from this fantastic photo is they've removed prismatic pipeline, which is good. They've fixed up some of the items, which is good. They've added 2 new prismatic augments, which is kind of good. And then they've adjusted some shit on this side, yeah? So Yumi's been nerfed, big surprise. Ryze has been nerfed, big surprise. Leona, this is Leona's second nerf in a row. See you later, buddy. Desante, still strong, second nerf. Udyr, still strong, second nerf. Senna, still strong, second nerf. Anyway, I'm running out of breath here, mate. What else? They've buffed Zyra and Twisted Fate and Sivir. Okay, we got some crew gameplays coming in. What's going on? Who's getting buffed? Sivir's getting buffed. Janna's getting buffed. Vi's getting buffed. Malzahn's getting buffed. All right, that's enough. All right, how do we get out of this? Now we're stuck in this photo, bro. How do I get out of this? And still no Ashe nerf. That's correct. Poppy's getting buffed. You know that 2-star Poppy with Unstoppable that headbutts your front line, ends up in your back line, and he's just doing diarrhea all over your back line? They're buffing that. Yep, they're buffing that. All right, there's the photo for you guys, for you photo lovers. Every rundown, he gets stuck here. Bro, everyone loves this photo for some reason. Like, it's a good photo, but like, we're about to read the whole thing. It's been 7 minutes and we haven't even started the bloody patch rundown. Rotating shop infographic. Like, what is this, bro? Anyway, systems. If they spend as much time on making this infographic than they do bloody fixing the game, then we'll be able to play the game. Yeah. Champion targeting. Okay, this is important. So there's been some issues where your backline targets not the tank, the assassin, or whoever else it is, and they fixed that up, it seems. We've updated ranged champions to target before melee champions move. Okay, before they move. This should prevent ranged champions from targeting a wrapping fighter that would normally be protected by their adjacent tank. When is Wordle back? I'm done, bro. We're just playing Wordle. You're begging for this patch rundown. Now you want Wordle back. We'll do a Wordle break in between because this shit's going to be long. Champion roles. Okay, here's the big change. They're changing fighters' innate omnivamp made omnivamp items like BT and Hodge obsolete. Instead, incentivizing them to build 3 damage items rather than their usual offense-defensive hybrid builds. Similarly, assassins felt undeserved by their role's relatively invisible power. We're reassigning melee carry champions where the fighter or assassin under the fighter tag and shifting their bonus omnivamp to scaling attack speed. A solve that will also address a solve. They think that they've solved it. Will also address the odd power curve many of our melee carries experience, being stronger earlier and weaker late game. Anyways, bro, we're done with this. So pretty much we're back to the old sets where you build the same shit on every guy, yeah? You build Titans, you build BT Hodge, and then you build another random damage item, whatever. Fighters no longer gain Omnivamp per stage. So you're going to have to build this, or you can do a power up, Omnivamp power up. Remember those? And they now gain attack speed per stage. Honestly, I think this is actually good because now when you slam a BT, it doesn't feel like you're going to lose the game just because you slammed the BT. Okay, and then the attack speed obviously increases per stage. Some fighters' base attack speed have been modified to compensate. Assassins, all assassins have had their role changed to fighter. There's no more assassins in the game. Took them 4 patches to figure this out. Champion role stat changes. The changes to attack speed is to accommodate blah blah, whatever. So Katarina role, she's no longer assassin, she's a magic fighter. Attack speed has been reduced. Darius attack speed has been reduced. Yasuo, also a fighter now, attack speed reduced significantly, it seems. Akali also copped it. Volibear, Brom, Lee Sin, Yone, and Yone. Oh, Yone got a cheeky buff there with the resists. But out of this whole thing, Yasuo copped the biggest one relative to the others. I don't know what that means because I never even read what he does. Here's the important part. Show us your fade. Bro, look at his fade, bro. Prismatic orbs. This is actually insane. Yeah, so they're fixing this up because what happens, yeah, everyone gets a prismatic orb. I get a fish, a dead fish, and my dude here who's been stacking golden edge now for the last 700 stages gets the best thing in the world, artifact anvil and whatever. I don't know, I'm about to vomit. That's how disgusting this shit is. They're revamping the prismatic orbs so players get the same rewards. Yeah, so no more, if I get a fish, you're getting a fish, bro. I'm sorry, we're having tuna for dinner tonight. Making the gaps between players smaller and adding new variety of rewards. Bro, the ginger in my creatine it's making me gag. We've also added 2 incredibly rare and novel orbs that we're excited for you to get your mittens on. Oh, and just to reiterate, prismatic orbs are very rare and are seen in just under 4% of games. They say this, bro, but every second game some dude's getting a fish. I'm getting the fish. All right, prismatic orbs now have a wider spectrum of possible values. Every player gets the same orb. Yes, I repeat, every player gets the same orb, because now before what used to happen is you get a prismatic drop, and now I got to scout the whole lobby and see who got 4 crystal gambit spats. Oh, the guy who's been, anyway, I'm angry for no reason. So we've got some odds here. You can get 30 gold, 3 component anvils and 1 full item, 4 bells, 4 reforges, 1 big noob, 2 small noobs, not noobs, nukes, no, Nikos, dupes or Nikos, you figure it out. 1 artifact anvil and 10 gold, 45 gold, 3 full item anvils, a spat, rascal's gloves, 1 of each base component and a golden remover, 40 gold and 20 rerolls. Shit, man, can you imagine this? You go on fast 9 and you pop this bad boy, see ya later. He cleans between his toes with his toothbrush. Yum. 1 radiant lucky chest and 2 5-cost champions, also pretty good. These are good. What's this? What's a tiny present? I don't know what this is. Someone tell me what this is. I know what this is, bro. I got the fish ones. Just a dead fish, bro. It gives you nothing. Gold orbs. Artifacts are too common. Oh, really? And over the power budget for our gold orbs. So we're taking them out and increasing the odds for other gold rewards. Oh, really? No more artifact anvil odds, bro. Okay. And instead, they're gonna do some other shit. What's this? Champion duplicator reward. More dupes and more 5 costs. All right. Opening encounters. We want to keep artifacts powerful but balanced. Oh, really? And one way we do so is by limiting how often players get to experience them. We think the best way right now is in one specific opening encounter, artifact encounter, prismatic orbs, and specific augments. Loot subscription, artifact anvil reward placed with 1 completed item anvil and 1 salvager. That's sick. All right, PvE rounds. We're reducing the power of PvE rounds that focus backliners, something that used to give them a bit of mana to get the initial cast off and survive the encounter. What? Stage 2-7 Krugs, base AD, Crab Rave, stage 5, crab damage increase per jump. Okay, so the crab's getting nerfed, but what's this? And are the Krugs getting nerfed? With roles revamped, altering how backliners generate mana, we're reducing the power of PvE rounds that focus backline. Ah, okay. The Krugs are getting nerfed. Cool. Large changes. That says increase and the number is less. Did I write these? No, I didn't write these. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. We need a water break, bro. I'm getting thirsty here. But look at all this shit I gotta read. It's been 16 minutes and we're not even halfway through. Traits. For those who like to read, can read that. I'm not reading that. Okay. Crystal Gambit is going back up. 3 Crystal Gambit because they brought this down last patch and now they're bringing it up this patch. You know, stage 4 multiplier is going down. Heavyweights are getting buffed at only 6 heavyweights are getting buffed. The rest is the same. So maybe you could do 6 heavyweights something. Luchador no longer grants immunity and untargetability before jumping. Champions will heal before damage is dealt, allowing them to survive if they would out heal the damage. Champions no longer run backwards before leaping. Okay, that'll be interesting to see what that means. Luchador heal. Look at this, bro. This is a massive buff from 15 to 25 with 2 and 35 to 50 with 4. That's insane. Mighty Mech base health is going up by 100. Buff there. Prodigy team-wide mana regen. Shit. It's 1 at all levels. Okay, there goes Prodigy. Do the stare at the camera. Prodigy's cooked. GG. Protector got quite a decent nerf at all levels here. Wraith, Shadow Cadence. I think that's a buff, bro. Bro, I reckon the secret technology. I'm gonna try it. Wraith, because I've been buffing Wraith and no one's even playing it. I'm gonna play it. Star Guardian, individual bonuses. Rel's shield goes up. Syndra's AP goes up. Zaya's, what? This goes up. Ari unchanged. Nico goes up. Poppy goes up. Jinx, what? Okay, so okay. I thought they're buffing Star Guardian, bro. I'm like, bro, have these guys even played this patch? So they're buffing the individual bonuses, but they're nerfing the bonus per tier. Okay, that makes sense. So like, for example, 8-star Guardian, that's a pretty big nerf, honestly. So like, it's not massively nerfed. Like 3 and 4. Okay, so there's definitely going to be builds that have like 3-star Guardian in there, but like at the higher end, that's a big nerf, man. All right, 1 cost units. Malphite is getting nerfed, 50 health, and resist per item. That's a big nerf on Malphite. Sorry, man. And Sivir getting buffed because she was actually so weak, man. 2 cost units. Kaisa, pop that, you bloody idiot. Janna's getting buffed. Oh, Janna reroll. Janna's actually, she's not even that weak, honestly. Like, I've seen Janna carry and she's actually doing well. So like 2-star Janna, that's a big buff for 2-star Janna, and 3-star as well. That's pretty good. All right, Kaisa's getting nerfed at 1 and 2 a little bit, and at 3. It's a decent nerf, but it's not like the biggest thing in the world. She can still be very relevant. And Vi is getting buffed again because they had shat on her previously. Okay, 3 cost units. Look at all these. Look at all these. Because this is no nonsense, we don't read, we just carry on. Malzahar. Malzahar's getting buffed. Wraith, Malzahar 3, 6 Wraith is going to be the play. I'm telling you now. All right. Okay, Malzahar's getting buffed. Senna's core gameplay logic has been rewritten. She is now more responsive in ending her spell if no valid targets are within her beam. She is also now able to attack and move significantly earlier after the spell ends. Okay, thank you for that update, guys. Spell damage is being nerfed. That's a big nerf at 3. Smolder is getting buffed. They just really couldn't figure out what to do with Smolder, could they? And Udit is getting nerfed again because he's just too strong, man. He's just way too strong, bro. His healing is insane. Unbelievable. All right, and Ziggs is getting buffed as well. So from the crew line, Ziggs got buffed, Sivir got buffed so far, and Malphite got nerfed. 4 cost units. Sante is getting nerfed. Sante 1 and 2. Poppy is getting nerfed. They said she was getting buffed, bro. She was in the buff thing before. So the Poppy's shield is getting nerfed, but there's a 10% max HP buff there. So is that actually a nerf or a buff? Who knows? We're gonna see. Primary damage is getting buffed, but it's no longer this. I don't know what these are. I assume it's a buff. I assume they're buffing Poppy. So she's gonna be more of a damage dealer than a tank, potentially. Leona's getting nerfed. I don't know what this Poppy thing is, man. She was already strong. So they're moving her from like being the tank in Star Guardian to more of like a damage dealer. Rise is getting nerfed. Mentor Geezer damage. Hey, not hey Joey. What's a Geezer, bruv? Mentor Geezer damage is getting nerfed as well. And Samira single target damage is getting buffed. Samira was clearly the weakest 4 cost in the whole game. And the Yuumi nerfs. Oh no. Yuumi's getting nerfed. 5 cost units. Okay, TF is getting buffed. Honestly, TF was pretty strong. This is the 3rd crew unit that they've buffed. So crew might actually be on the cards here. Pardon the pun. TF, okay. So spell base damage is getting buffed, whereas spell damage per mark is getting nerfed. Zara spell damage is getting buffed, and the plant health is getting nerfed. Team-wide attack speed is also getting nerfed as well. Okay, so she's becoming less of a support unit and more of a carry. That's pretty good. Okay, augments. There's some changes here. The Mundo augment is getting buffed because this was really bad. Mess Hall excluded from 2-1. Can't remember what Mess Hall was, bro. What was Mess Hall? Can't remember. Cannon augment is getting buffed as well. Space Camp adjusted. Whenever you upgrade a crew champion, gain a random 1 to 2 cost crew champion. That was what it used to be. Now it can be 1 to 3 cost, so you can get a Ziggs now. Teachers Council no longer increases bonus from mentors by 10%. Okay, this was very strong, so they're not doing that anymore. And we've got a 1 gold nerf here from Udit to Kabuko. The Shen augment is also getting buffed. Prismatic pipeline disabled. No more prismatic pipeline, guys. Like this is good, man. I think this is good for the game, for the balance of the lobby. Okay, we've got Giant and Mighty, which is good. Your team gets larger and gains more max health. And then we've got Tiny but Deadly as well, a bit like Joey, where your team gets smaller and moves and attacks faster. Radiant Relics and Radiant Refractor are now exclusive. Okay, that's also a good change. Items and Radiant items. Big changes here, yeah, because this is actually why the game was broken and why I stopped playing the game on my main. Not because I got hardstuck masters or LP. Okay, Archangels is getting buffed. AP per 5 seconds. So base AP is getting buffed. AP per 5 seconds getting nerfed. Blue buff is back to where it used to be. Blue buff gain 10% additional attack damage and ability power from all sources. Okay, so they're reducing the mana regen, but they're giving you more stats here. Giant Slayer is getting buffed. Kraken's Fury is getting nerfed. The attack damage is getting nerfed, but attacks grant 3% stacking attack damage up to 20 attacks. After 20 attacks, gain 40% attack speed. Nashor's 2, they're changing this as well, so giving less AP, no mana regen. They're increasing the crits, and now attacks grant 2 bonus mana, increase to 4 if they crit. So now Nashor's Tooth is becoming is going to be a really good carry item. QSS, base attack speed is being reduced, but now grants 3 attack speed per second. It's like they're bringing back Rageblade, like slowly, you know? Oh man, these guys are just so confused. Okay, red buff's getting buffed. Red buff getting buffed. Radiant Archangels, nerf. Radiant blue buff, nerf somewhat, but it's doing that. Nashor's pair with IE or Jugaunt looks good then. Yeah. Nashor's is going to be like a staple carry item, 100%. Radiant Krakens. Alright, so they're just notching down all the Radiants a bit. Radiant GS, except for Radiant GS, that's getting buffed. Radiant Nashers. Bro, Radiant Nashers looks insane. Holy moly. Alright, that's the new play. Fish for Radiant Nashers. And Radiant QSS also looks insane. Okay, so this is like Rageblade, no? Okay, so red buff's getting buffed. Artifacts. Okay, this is what we've all been waiting for. Fishbones, nerf. Flicker Blades, nerf. Infinity Force, buff, because that was pretty bad. Like if you pop the anvil and you get nothing, you have to pick this. No. Innovating Locker is getting nerfed. Oh, thank the Lord. No more $3 Garen, potentially. Lichbane is getting buffed because this is the worst thing that you've ever seen. Manazane getting nerfed again. Rapid Fire Cannon getting buffed because this is pretty bad as well. Sylmir Dawn AD. They've notched this back up because they really brought this down. So I think Sylmir Jace might actually be viable again. And Trenchcoat Bug Fix probably applies to the Shadow Clone debuff to clones that split out. Interesting. New power-ups. Okay, they've got some new power-ups just to mess with the balance of the game again. Shine Brighter, Lux only. Every other cast, Lux spell explodes in a 2 hex radius and deals 10% more damage. That's interesting. Mecha Blade, Aatrox only. Aatrox gains attack speed equal to 4% of his maximum health, and his attacks grant 5 bonus mana. That's interesting. Cannon only, Supreme Surge. Whenever an enemy is executed by a Supreme Cell, Cannon heals 15% of his missing health and gets 15 mana. Holy shit, this is insane. And they also buffed the Cannon Augment as well. This is insane, bro. They're fixing the game with other shit and they're just breaking it again down here. Golden Gloves, Kabuka only. When you gain interest, gain 1.5% AD per gold collected. Bro, they're just breaking the game, bro. They're breaking the game. What's this? Gain 1.5% AD. So you get Kabuka, you chuck the power up on Kabuka, and then you just perma stack AD per gold collected. So if you're on 50 gold, 5 times 1.5, what's that? 7.5% AD every round. So in 5 rounds, 5 times 7.5, I have no idea, but it's a lot. Wow, what the hell is going on? Veteran, this unit is a mentor. Bro, what are they doing? They grant 4% damage amp and their mentor upgrade is 35 AD and 35 AP. Katarina, Zaya, and Kalista only. What are they? I don't understand why they're doing this. Why are they doing this? Drift Duo, Senna and Lucian gain 3+ mana regen. If both are 3-star, gain +1 mech. Why are they doing this exactly? You asked for a patch rundown. Bro, you were begging for a patch rundown like half an hour ago. It's been half an hour, man. There's a lot of nonsense in this. Starry Night, Rel only. Rel gains 6% health and 10 AP for every 1 cost unit you field. 3-star units count double. Okay, so what, like Rel 1 cost reroll with this? What are they doing? Why are they doing this? This rundown is so long. I took a shower and came back. This feels like a uni lecture. I like how it pauses to pump us, then goes back to reading. The only way to fix this set is to move on to the next one. Power-ups. We're buffing a lot of power-ups. Oh my god. Okay. Adaptive Skin. Resistance is up. All Out is going back up. See how they nerf something to the ground and then they just notch it back up slowly. And now it's like crazy again, and then they nerf it back to the ground again. Okay, here we go. Attack Expert buffed. Vestus Boy buffed for Smolder and Cogmore. Blade NATO buffed. Bludgeoner buffed. Desperado buffed. Desperado removed from Nah. Double Strike no longer offered on Udyr. Fairy Tail buffed again. Final Boss buffed. Final Ascent is buffed. I guess this is fine because like this is very risky to pick, so it's not a bad buff. He wasn't this focused during his uni years. You should record an audiobook. Finalist bonus per eliminated player. I don't know what that is. Gather Force buff. Hungry Hero buff. Hyperactive buff. buffed. Ice Bender nerfed. Thank you. Keen Eye buffed. Living Wall buffed. Alright, so they're just magic damage reduction, nerfed, magic expert, max arcana, remainder kills between rounds instead of resetting to 0. Like tracks remainder kills. They put tracks in a capital T, which was very confusing. Max arcana tracks remainder kills between rounds instead of resetting to 0. And then max attack does the same, max speed does the same. I don't think anyone actually picks those, so maybe we can pick him now. Mech Pilot is getting nerfed. Over 9,000 is getting buffed again. No longer offered on Mundo, Malphite, Rammus, Rel, Shen, Udit, and Vi. But I hate how they just nerf something to the ground and then buff it again, bro. It does my head in, bro. Pack Tactics, Nefiri, Serious Slam, bonus damage, can no longer critically strike or apply damage amp, will now deal damage based on the owner's basic attack damage rather than being affected by attack overrides, like Volibear Slam. Okay, and it's gone back up. Alright, so Luchador's been buffed insanely, and this is getting buffed as well, so we're back to a Volibear patch. Singularity can no longer critical strike apply damage. Socialite nerf. Okay, this is good because Socialite, like everyone's just fishing for Socialite and just moving their Aatrox around the Aatrox dance. Standalone nerfed. Surge 66. Unstoppable dash distance slightly shortened. Okay, that's interesting. Tiny Terror duration. What's Tiny Terror? I can't even remember half this shit, man. You got so much shit in the game, I can't remember it, bro. Look at all these. Anyway, items. QSS and Radiant no longer grants immunity to CC if placed mid-combat, but will gain stacking attack speed. Protector's Vow no longer grants the combat start mana if placed mid-combat. And Crown Guard, no mechanics change. If placed mid-combat, will gain the ability power, but no shield. Okay, that's fair. Bug fixes. And this is the end. We've come to the end, guys. Oh my god. Been following the PhD thesis, literature reviews, and IRB submissions on wave theory and low roll gate, and after deep investigation, we've corrected 2 bugs impacting the number of champions in pools, and thus their appearance rate in shops that should leave shops feeling better. With these bugs found, we'll continue to investigate other systems in case they're impacting champions pools too. Bro, like, this is the most important thing in the game, shops, yeah? And like, it's just being cooked. Has it? I don't know. We're about to read, but everyone's having a sook about these. Okay, Pandora's Bench and Recon Bob no longer remove units from the pool under specific circumstances. This is so bad, man. Fix the bug that caused power-up removers to not properly work when combining their stacks, requiring an additional use. Is this the one where you put the power-up on the guy, put it again 7 times? You're trying to do like 400 APM, but because of this power-up thing, it doesn't bloody work. Ultra Stance. Ultra Stance no longer loses its traits when Lee Sin will die in combat. Ultra Stance no longer sometimes persists its traits when Lee Sin is returned to the unit pool. Monster trainers correctly update their health at planning phase start instead of only when moved. Okay. 9000 volts cannon has the proper 4-star scaling for his passive damage. Mana granted from Leap Fuse now properly mana banks. Fix the bug where some units with extended mana locks could benefit from mana regen during their mana lock. Story of 7 removed from double up. Crown of Demacia now tracks the champion's role instead of position. Okay, that's pretty good. Fix the bug where Crystal Gambit could not double down in Toka's trials. I don't even care about that. Diggs now properly triggers on-hit effects like Wit's End. Radiant Lucky Item Chest now gives an item if the armory times out. Oh. Ice Bender properly chills for 20% instead of 30%. Fix an issue where Shadow Clone versions of monster trainers would be counted as the strongest over the real copy. Yo, that was crazy, man. I don't even know that. Fix the rounding error in 100 push-ups that caused the first 6 rerolls to not count. And then Suspicious Trenchcoat now properly works with Zack's perfect form. Oh, not bad. And there it is, guys. We've come to the end. So what have we learned from this? Quick recap. We'll just go over the whole thing just once more. Jokes. Okay, what have we learned from this? They're trying to fix artifacts. They're trying to bring more balance to the game. They've added these random power-ups. Like, why are you adding these random power-ups when you're trying to fix balance to the game? I don't know. There's no changes to Golden Edge. There's changes to Socialite, which is good, but Golden Edge Nah is still there. So everyone's going to be fishing for that in high elo. Yeah, you get a Nah, chuck a power up on him, doesn't work, get another one, get another one, get another one, get another one. And then whoever finds it, top 4 guaranteed, top 2 potentially. But at least they fixed the artifacts and they nerfed Yumi and Rise. So is it a good patch? I think it is, but I don't know about these power-ups. I think these power-ups actually are going to cook the game. I'm telling you right now, you heard it here first. Like, why are you trying to fix the balance of the game? Like, this is, why are you doing this? You don't need to do this if you're trying to fix the balance of the game, because this shit's just going to add like 500 more problems to the game, bro. Watch, I'm telling you now, next patch, we've realized that power-ups, these new power-ups are so crazy, man. And yeah, and now we're going to change these again, dude. Yeah, let's nerf these to the ground. And then next 15.6, yeah, and now we nerfed it to the ground, so we're going to nerf it and let nerf. Bloody hell, man. All right, we're done. We got to play the game now. Shit, man, that was tiring, bro. I'm like low-key pissed off. Tiring for who? Tiring for whoever. 39 minutes, no nonsense. Look, it's 39 minutes in real time, but when I edit this, we're gonna drop the 39 minutes to like 36 minutes, I reckon. Easily.